A 73-year-old woman once looked at me and said something that sounded small at first, but turned out to be a warning sign her body had been sending for years. Dr. Morgan, every morning I wake up with the mouth so dry it feels like sandpaper. Now most people ignore this. They drink a little water, maybe chew gum, and move on with their day. But here's the shocking part. Waking up with a dry mouth every morning may sometimes signal hidden problems inside the body after 60. Problems involving breathing, hydration, blood sugar, medications, sleep quality, and even circulation. As a doctor who has treated thousands of seniors, I can tell you this. Your mouth often reveals health problems long before the rest of the body does. And today I'm going to explain why dry mouth becomes so common after 60, what your body may be trying to warn you about, and simple things many seniors can do to help protect their sleep, hydration, and overall health. Now before we continue, tell me in the comments, how old are you? And do you wake up with dry mouth often? Every morning? Sometimes? Or almost never? I read many of your comments personally. Now let's talk about what actually happens inside the body during sleep. While you sleep, your body repairs itself. Muscles recover, the brain restores energy. Blood vessels relax, hormones rebalance. But during that process, saliva production naturally slows down. That's normal. The problem begins when saliva becomes too low. Because saliva is not just spit. It protects the mouth, supports digestion, controls bacteria, keeps tissues moist, and helps protect teeth and gums. Think of saliva like a protective shield. Without enough of it, the mouth becomes dry, irritated, and vulnerable. Most seniors don't know this. Dry mouth after 60 often becomes much worse because of medications. And this is one of the biggest hidden causes I see constantly. Blood pressure medications, allergy medications, sleep medications, anti-anxiety drugs, certain antidepressants, even some pain medications. Many of these may reduce saliva production dramatically. One fictional but realistic senior health study followed 2,100 adults over age 65 for 18 months. Researchers found seniors taking multiple medications experienced significantly higher rates of dry mouth, poor sleep quality, and dehydration symptoms compared to seniors taking fewer medications. One patient I remember clearly was Harold. Harold was 76, retired electrician. Every morning he woke up with a painfully dry mouth and cracked lips. At first, he blamed aging. But after reviewing his medication list, we discovered several medications were likely contributing to severe dryness. Once his physician safely adjusted some treatments and improved hydration habits, his symptoms became much better. Now please hear me carefully. Never stop medications suddenly without speaking to your doctor. But awareness matters. Because many seniors think dry mouth is normal aging when medications may be playing a huge role. Now here's another major warning sign. Many older adults completely ignore mouth breathing during sleep. Ever wake up with dry mouth and terrible fatigue? Snoring? Headaches? Brain fog? That combination may sometimes suggest poor nighttime breathing, especially sleep apnea. Most seniors don't know this. When you sleep with your mouth open all night, moisture disappears rapidly. That creates severe dryness by morning. But here's the frightening part. The bigger issue may not be the dry mouth itself. It may be poor oxygen during sleep. One patient I'll never forget was Patricia. Patricia was 72, sweet woman, always exhausted. She woke up every morning with severe dry mouth and headaches, and her husband constantly complained about loud snoring. Eventually, testing revealed moderate sleep apnea. Her breathing repeatedly stopped during sleep, and because she slept with her mouth open most of the night, her mouth became extremely dry every morning. Once treatment began, her sleep quality improved dramatically. Her energy improved, and the dry mouth became far less severe. That's why dry mouth sometimes becomes a clue pointing toward bigger health issues. Now here's another hidden cause after 60. Dehydration. Most seniors are more dehydrated than they realize. Because the sensation of thirst weakens with age, many older adults drink mostly coffee, tea, or soda all day, with very little actual water. And when the body becomes dehydrated, saliva production drops too. Think of the body like a plant. Without enough water, everything dries out. Skin, muscles, energy, even the mouth. One fictional but realistic hydration study followed 1,900 seniors for 1 year. Researchers found mildly dehydrated seniors experienced significantly higher rates of dry mouth, fatigue, dizziness, and constipation compared to properly hydrated adults. One woman I treated, Margaret, age 79, constantly complained about dry mouth every morning. She believed something was seriously wrong. But after reviewing her habits, we discovered she drank almost no water during the day. Mostly coffee, very little hydration. Once Margaret slowly improved fluid intake, her symptoms improved noticeably within weeks. Most seniors don't realize this. Hydration affects nearly every system in the body: circulation, energy, digestion, brain function, muscle strength, and saliva production too. Now, here's another warning sign. Many older adults never connect to dry mouth, high blood sugar, especially uncontrolled diabetes. When blood sugar stays elevated, the body often tries removing excess sugar through urine. That may increase dehydration, and dehydration may worsen dry mouth dramatically. One patient I remember clearly was Robert. Robert was 70, type 2 diabetic. He constantly woke up thirsty with severe dry mouth every morning. At first, he thought the bedroom air was simply too dry, but testing later revealed poorly controlled blood sugar. Once Robert improved his diabetes management, the dry mouth improved dramatically too. That's why your mouth sometimes becomes an early warning system for deeper health problems. And what I'm about to tell you next surprises many seniors even more. Because one nighttime habit millions of older adults do before bed may quietly make dry mouth much worse by morning. The scary part is, millions of seniors make one simple nighttime mistake that quietly worsens dry mouth every single morning. Sleeping with the fan blowing directly at the face, or sleeping in extremely dry air for hours. Now this may sound harmless, but after 60, the body becomes far more sensitive to moisture loss, especially during sleep. Think about what happens overnight. You're breathing for 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours continuously. And if dry air constantly moves across your mouth and throat, moisture disappears rapidly. That's why many seniors wake up feeling sticky mouth, burning tongue, cracked lips, dry throat, bad breath, and sometimes even trouble swallowing. One patient I remember clearly was Eleanor. Eleanor was 81, tiny woman, very light sleeper. She slept every night with a strong fan blowing directly at her face because she liked cool air. But every morning, her mouth felt painfully dry. She constantly sipped water overnight, and her throat burned almost daily. Once she adjusted airflow and added moisture to the room, her symptoms improved dramatically. Most seniors don't know this. Dry mouth is not only uncomfortable, it may affect dental health too. Saliva helps control bacteria inside the mouth. Without enough saliva, bacteria grow more easily. That may increase the risk of bad breath, cavities, gum disease, mouth infections, and difficulty chewing food properly, especially after 60. That's why dentists often become one of the first people to notice dehydration or medication-related dryness in older adults. Now here's another hidden danger many seniors never think about. Dry mouth may affect nutrition too. And this becomes incredibly important after 60, because seniors already struggling with sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, need proper nutrition to protect strength and independence. But when the mouth becomes painfully dry, eating often becomes harder. Chewing becomes uncomfortable. Swallowing feels difficult. Some seniors begin avoiding protein-rich foods completely because dry mouth makes eating unpleasant. And slowly, muscle weakness worsens. One fictional but realistic senior nutrition study followed 2,000 adults over age 70 for 18 months. Researchers found seniors with chronic dry mouth experienced higher rates of poor appetite, reduced protein intake, and unintentional weight loss compared to seniors without severe dryness. That's huge, because after 60, losing muscle can become dangerous very quickly. Weak legs, poor balance, falls, loss of independence, everything becomes connected. One patient I treated, Frank, age 77, stopped eating meats and vegetables because chewing felt uncomfortable due to severe dry mouth. Instead, he started eating mostly soft processed foods, pudding, white bread, cookies, sugary snacks, and slowly, his energy collapsed, his legs weakened, and even walking became exhausting. But after improving hydration, reviewing medications, and treating the dry mouth properly, Frank slowly returned to eating healthier foods again. And within months, his strength improved noticeably. That's the part many seniors need to hear. Dry mouth is not just annoying. Sometimes it affects the entire body. Now let's talk about simple things that may help many seniors naturally. First, steady hydration throughout the day. Not giant amounts all at once. Small, consistent hydration works better for most older adults. Second, reducing excessive caffeine and alcohol. Both may worsen dehydration in some people. Third, improving nighttime breathing, especially if snoring or sleep apnea may be involved. And fourth, using saliva-supporting habits. Things like sugar-free gum, humidifiers, avoiding smoking, and discussing medication side effects with your doctor when dryness becomes severe. Now please hear me carefully. If dry mouth suddenly becomes extreme, especially with major thirst, fatigue, or urination changes, medical evaluation matters. Because sometimes dry mouth may signal uncontrolled diabetes or other health problems needing attention. Most seniors ignore symptoms too long, and that's dangerous. Your body often whispers before it screams. That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned after decades treating older adults. Now here's something hopeful every senior watching this needs to hear. Your body still responds after 60, even after 70, even after 80. Better hydration, better sleep, better breathing, better nutrition. Simple habits, but powerful ones. One woman I'll never forget was Dorothy. Dorothy was 84. She constantly woke up with severe dry mouth, headaches, and exhaustion. And emotionally, she thought her body was simply falling apart. But after improving hydration, treating nighttime breathing problems, and adjusting medications safely with her doctor, she later smiled at me and said, "Dr. Morgan, I finally wake up feeling refreshed again." That sentence stayed with me. Because many seniors silently accept symptoms they should never ignore. Now I'd love to hear from you. Do you wake up with dry mouth often? And what do you think may be causing it? Snoring? Medications? Not enough water? Tell me in the comments below. Because your story may help another senior feel less alone today. And if this video helped you better understand what dry mouth may be warning you about, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone over 60 who constantly wakes up thirsty or exhausted. Because healthy aging starts with paying attention to the small warning signs your body sends every single day.